Look, I'm a proud Australian, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. It's been hectic. I've been traveling across Europe and Southeast Asia. Anyway, I've come here to say that look, I'm a proud Labour man at heart, and that is because I love what Pauline Hanson has to say, but she doesn't stick to her word. All right, she wants this future made in Australia, and I completely get that. I do too. I would love it if we had trains heading up to Whoop Whoop, fucking country towns were like the main sources. I would be proud as a man and as an Australian if we could be using only Australian sourced timber and Australian sourced everything. If when I woke up in the morning, right, I poured out my Australian milk in my Australian made bottle and I ate using everything Australian made. That to me would be amazing. I would love to see an economy like that where we make things back at home. Right. And at the moment, we're in a precipice. We are at a crux. We could have that, but we ourselves, ourselves, as our generation, we probably won't have that, but we could build it for our grandkids. We could build it for our kids. And I don't believe anyone should be looking at voting for Pauline Hanson and One Nation solely because every single time there's been like a policy that said, yeah, like let's make Australia great again. Let's build it. Let's make it back in Australia. Let's cut immigration. Things like paid parental leave, where essentially mum and dad, I want to have kids one day with my girlfriend, right? Her and I, we've both decided that for that to happen, we both need to be able to work. We both need to be able to pay off a mortgage. We both need to be able to do X, Y, Z. All right, Pauline Hanson voted against paid parental leave for 26 weeks. That means that if I was to be thinking about a third child, because everyone needs a third child, you need two children to repopulate you and your partner, and a third child to, increase the population of the country as a whole. If I was to be thinking about the third child and that was a yes or a no, I'd probably say no if that meant sacrificing the mortgage over it. Paid parental leave basically says, yeah, you've got the money coming in, go and raise your child. Go and build Australia. All right, she voted against that. She also voted against the cutting capital in the CGT, which has been an indirect activity of the budget where they've actually cut housing prices. And finally, she's voted against tax cuts. So then, the average poor sort of working Aussie, she's voted against a coffee a week. So then we're actually able to sit down and relax and to meet these new people. She's voting against young Australians, and I don't see a reason why, as a young Australian, I should be voting One Nation. As much as I love what she says, she isn't walking the walk. She can talk the talk, she's not walking the walk.